Amid the ongoing Israeli military's continuation of attacks targeting several areas across the Gaza Strip, I'm now in this bomb site in Tuffah neighborhood east of Gaza City, where the Israeli fighters just targeted this residential building. As you can clearly see, the fire is breaking out right now, and civil defense forces are trying to put the fire out. The situation is catastrophic here, as the Israeli military is intensifying its attacks targeting these buildings. These attacks resulted in displacing many Palestinians in this neighborhood. Worth mentioning is that this neighborhood is densely populated neighborhood where thousands of Palestinians live in this exact neighborhood. The situation is apocalyptic here. Civil defense forces trying to put the fire out amid the lack of equipment they have. Ibrahim Khalili, Al Jazeera, Gaza City, Palestine.
Well, the Israeli military has been bombarding Gaza City for days now. Earlier, an airstrike hit a group of tents where forcibly displaced Palestinians were sheltering. At least 13 people were killed, again, including children.
We were sitting here and suddenly heard a huge explosion, which caused massive damage. This area was packed with tents. Now the tents are under the sand. We spent hours digging with our bare hands. Children's bodies filled the streets. Even people passing by who we did not know from the tents area were also killed.
I speak now to Hani Mahmoud. He joins us from Gaza City. Hani, you're at the heart of where the Israeli strikes have been focused in recent days. What can you tell us about the latest attacks?
Well, Malin, as you speak, another massive explosion could be heard coming from the same direction of the past attacks for the past few hours, with particular focus on a Tuffah neighborhood. Many of these airstrikes targeted either people in the streets, a group of people who gather in the streets, either shopping or waiting for water tanks or food supplies, or inside their residential homes they have been sheltering in, along with their relatives or families or colleagues in the area. But as time goes by, more shocking revelations of the nature of these attacks. They happen without any pre-warning whatsoever, particularly those attacks that are targeting people, civilian, in the streets, as well as the number of children. That we've seen a significant increase of number of children who are transferred to the hospital, critically injured, already dead right at the spot, transferred to the hospital. Inside the hospital, the situations are very difficult. Many of the injuries, apart from the 9 people who were just killed, and a couple hours apart from this attack, 11 people were killed in a drone strike. Many of the injuries arriving to the hospital, as many as 20 of them with the critical injuries, are inside the Al-Ahli hospital, are not getting the right medical care they need to save their lives, simply because the hospital, as of its current state now, not operating in a proper manner because of the acute shortage of medical supplies, insufficient medical staff, let alone the damage that is sustained from previous attacks. We're talking about a hospital that lost its almost 50% of its capacities and facilities. It's a vital infrastructure and facilities like the operating theater, the emergency ward have been destroyed. So that's many of the cases are literally left on the floor of the remaining buildings inside the hospital without the proper intervention to save lives. They end up being transferred to other hospitals, and just between these moves from one hospital to another, and before from the bomb site to the hospital, a great amount of blood is lost. People injuries, they bleed a lot, and it causes severity in their situations.
And Hani, it's important not to stop stressing that it's not just the bombs that ordinary Palestinians are dealing with. It is the lack of food. There's been another report, another warning out from UNICEF today about malnutrition. What does it say?
Well, it's on the rise, and in fact, we haven't seen this de-escalating. In fact, it is on the rise for the past month since the first case that was spotted by UNICEF and the medical facilities across the Gaza Strip. Every day we hear about more cases, but right now the statement by UNICEF is more of an alarming statement of as many as 5,000 children are at risk of losing their lives and complicated health conditions because of malnutrition, because they're not eating well, they're not drinking well. Whatever available is not enough, is not sufficient to help them sustain and keep their lives and keep their bodies sustainable. It's a problem that is everywhere right now, and we happen to visit the hospital today, and we've seen some of these cases and documented many of the cases due to the ongoing blockade, the fact that there are no aid coming in, particularly food supplement that are needed for the children now inside the hospitals are not available. People rely here, their families rely on whatever is available just to keep them alive, while they worry for the life of their family members. For example, we have a family that is worried about sending the father or a family members to distribution centers to pick up food because they either going to lose them or end up being killed. But again, not sending anyone also exacerbate the risk of not eating on that day without any food coming into the family.
Okay, Hani, thanks for your reporting. Hani Mahmoud there for us in Gaza City.
Don't miss out, get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.